Oh, good morning, friends. Welcome to day 2 of my E3 at all posts. We've got 3 things. I only expected 2, but I forgot about the Guerilla Collective. And they happen to be going nice and early this morning, and so I decided, well, they do a lot of indie stuff. There might be something cool here. We'll see how it goes. If this actually stays in the video, you'll know that something cool happened. So the plan for today is I'm going to watch this, and then I've got lunch plans with a friend I haven't seen in a long time at 11. So that's kind of in the middle of the Wholesome Direct, and I don't know how long I'm going to be out. So I might miss Devolver's thing as well, but I'm going to stay off the news, and I've got everything kind of queued up. So when I get back, we'll just jump right in and watch both of those things, and I'll then edit all this, and hopefully it'll be up to date. As much as I hate to do it, I'm going to continue the tradition that I had to start yesterday, that if there's a lot of talking head time, I'm just going to cut it out, because you're not going to hear anything that these people have to say, and it's just dead time, because it's kind of hard for me to think when people are gabbing in my ear. So we'll go ahead and take a little pause till this thing actually starts. Let's see. Ooh, firefighting game. Interesting. I kind of like the sprite work on this. This is pretty cool. It's showing some diversity, which I also appreciate. Oh, that's cool. You can build stuff too. Oh, I really hope this is coming to the Switch. This game's already got me interested. It's really cool looking. I love using the hose to like elevate and slow down your jumps. Love it. PC and consoles, and it's by Thunderpool. So I hope consoles include Switch, because I want to play that. Honestly, we're off to a good start so far. I'm gonna say I've seen this. Maybe I haven't. It's very colorful. Yeah, I forget the name of this game, but I am interested in it. I recognize the HUD. And I like her design quite a bit, too. I think it's really cool. Oh, I didn't know there was a karma system. Interesting. I like that. I like having choice when it comes to these types of games. Interesting. So there's 2 ways to solve puzzles, apparently? Yeah, I really am into this game. So far, the Guerilla Collective is the best show of E3. I only took 3 games in, and I'm already like, yes, this is great. Indies are putting out some amazing stuff, in my opinion. So I am all for it. I wish I could remember what the name of this game was, though. Batora, that's it. Yes, I want this game, and it is coming to Switch, so very excited to learn more about that. That game just makes me happy looking at it. Yeah, this is so much better than anything I've watched already. Oh, another really cool looking game. Yeah, this looks cool. This is my type of game. I love this type of stuff, as long as it's not too hard. The combat looks really fluid. Which is one of my favorite things in a game like this, is if you can get that combat to be incredibly fluid. I love it. Lots of movement. Get to dash through stuff. That probably means that it's going to be a little bit on the technical side. That it'll probably be a little bit hard. But this is a really cool looking game. Akatori. Oh, this game might be a little bit too real. It's about graduating university and what comes next, and it's a story-based game. I do feel that there's been quite a few games that have been kind of using this look for their polygonal models, like a really basic, hardly any facial features look. This looks nice, though. These are the observations I'm making since I've gotten a lot more into the indie scene lately. It's like you just kind of notice visual trends running through. But I like what this game is doing is it's doing a lot with that graphic style. It's really through the poses. You can really tell a lot by how the body language, which is great. You can't ask for much better than that. When you don't have any facial features to work off of. You gotta do it somewhere. And it looks like it's got a little bit of supernatural elements in it. Yeah, this is a cool concept based on what they're talking about. I kind of dig it, but not really sure. It looks like it's just coming to Steam, so my loss. Wow, this is starting off on a tangent. It's dark and bloody, this one, despite the somewhat cute graphics. It's also got a little bit of like spookiness going on, and yeah, it's a little bit spooky. This game it's got good animation despite the limited sprite work. Looks like it's kind of doing a Monster Hunter type thing, that you do quests. And seemingly, it's a Dark Souls-esque game where you die and then you end up in a place. But it looks like you do get to keep some stuff. Yeah, this looks good. I don't know if it's really the type of game I would really love. but it looks good. Sprite work's pretty impressive for the scale. Hunt the Night. I always have to give pause whenever I see Dungeon Entertainment attached to something, though. Thankfully, Dungeon does seem to be on the mend. They got rid of the problematic guy, Ben Judd, and seemingly are paying their devs now, so... I want to say I've seen this game before. And I remember being kind of interested in it at the time. I'm glad to see it's got some RPG mechanics in it, because the combat initially looked like it was a little rough, but yeah, it's an RPG thing. Yeah, I remember Black Book, yeah. This looks neat. Good to see a new updated version on it. It still looks good. Something I've personally observed about procedural generated stuff is that it just doesn't seem to catch my attention as much. A few games have managed to make it work for me. Sparklight leaps to mind. But generally speaking, if it's all if the game's random, it seems a lot less interesting. I just felt like I needed to say something. Trying to explain some of my tastes in games in the process of watching these trailers. This kind of reminds me of a Commodore 64 game, like The Last Ninja a little bit. With a lot higher graphical fidelity, mind, but it's giving me that same type of vibe. That's pretty cool. So this is like a hub area. Oh, those water effects are nice. Yeah, this game looks nice. It definitely is going for a bit of an old school visual design, which I kind of dig. But it looks like you actually have to slide things around to progress, which is kind of different. And then you have to use that environment to... Ooh, you know, there's some strategy to this that I'm kind of for. It's interesting. It's very interesting. And then you can use that to, like, charge up attacks. That's a cool idea. The problem that I see with this type of format, though, is you'll just be seeing a lot of water. So I don't know if this is all the game, or if this is just a section. But it looks like this might just... Yeah, so they do change up how it looks, but it looks like that's essentially what it is. Loot River is what this is called. So that, like, gives you a chance to, like, pull out for a second, kind of figure out a good strategy. There's some cool stuff going on here. This is playing with mechanics in an interesting way. But again, I have a feeling that this is going to be one of those games that is very Dark Souls inspired. But, like, using the environment in this way, it adds a bit of strategic element to it, which I think is pretty cool. And it looks like it's not all just water. You'll get to do that in space, too. Cool! It's not a game that's coming out on anything I have, but cool. Oh, Demon Turf. I haven't seen this in a while. I remember when this was first shown at Indie World, and it looked early, but it is definitely coming along. It looks a lot better now. The visual design is much stronger. Yeah, this game has come a long way since I first saw it. I'm actually interested in it now. The animation is getting really nice, too. Yeah, the animation's gotten a lot better. Combat looks better too. It just generally looks a lot better. I'm glad that they've taken their time with this game. Yeah, that's cool. Neat. All right, I'm into this now. It just took a couple more trailers, although seeing this Super Mario Sunshine level is giving me pause. But at least you have a lot more mobility here. Yeah, I'm glad to see this game again. It looks like it's improved immensely. I wonder when it's coming out. Wow, this main character looks an awful lot like Madeline from Celeste. Looks a bit Zelda-y. I like Zelda-y 2D indie games. And look again to Sparklight. I enjoyed that, I think, a lot more than a lot of other people did. This looks great. Oh, your weapons, they tell you when they don't work. That's nice. Yeah, that looks promising. And it's coming to Switch. Love it. Keep bringing me Switch games. Yeah, like, I can't say that there's anything that's been, like, outright bad. Like, I've complained a bit. Oh, there's Sable again. Now we actually get to see Sable. They're playing the song again, but we'll actually get to see new gameplay of it. Apparently this is day 2 of this show. So, given how good this day's been, I might just check out day 1 because out of sheer curiosity, because I've seen some really cool stuff come out on this. A lot of really good stuff, and that was my hope. I checked the schedule this morning and was like, whoa, there's a thing before Wholesome Direct starts. Well, you know, it's all indie stuff. Let's give it a check, and I'm glad I did. I'm really glad I did. Sable looks really cool. It's got such a strong visual style. I've heard it referred to as like a Mobius illustration and motion, and I think that's a really good descriptor. Really beautiful game. I don't think it's coming to Switch though, but if it is, I would definitely be interested in checking it out, although it's probably not the optimal way to play it, because they're doing some really cool shadow effects that are probably pretty taxing. Really cool looking game though. Really cool looking game. Yeah, it's not coming to Switch. Oh, I thought not. I like the art style of this game already. I like it a lot. Just riding hoverboard. It's a pretty game. You've got some control over going in and out of the environment. Future. Oh, you can get off your board. You can walk around. I like this character design a lot. And it's environmentally conscious, paying attention to how things are changing. Interesting. Yeah, I'm kind of digging this game. I hope it's coming to Switch. Venice, 2089. It's a Kickstarter game launching in June. Cool. I'm not going to contribute to any more Kickstarters, but I hope that things happen, because that was a very promising looking game. This one also looks really nice. Oh, if only it was that easy. Says the artist. This is kind of a cool thing. This reminds me a little bit of Lost Words. But hopefully a little bit better in the execution behind the frame. I like that. It was very calming. Hopefully that comes to Switch as well. Kitsune Tales. Oh, this is adorable. Very retro looking game. I really wish we would get over the save the girlfriend trope, though. I suppose it's at least accurate to the time period this graphic style is going for. It's coming to Switch, though. Alright. You know, there's just something about the Wholesome games vibe that I really like. This is the third one of these I want to say they've done. It's really chill, and it's just kind of nice in contrast to, this game has a laugh track. In contrast to, like, IGN yesterday. Where it's just, like, bombastic and bird problems. This is cute. Do you get to make your own sitcom? That would be fun. That could be a lot of fun, actually. A sitcom narrative game. That's cool. I love that idea. That's such a cool idea. And that's just, like I was saying, that's what I just kind of love about the Wholesome Directs. They just showcase games that the other, like IGN and Jeff Keighley and the publishers themselves just wouldn't spotlight. Unfortunately, a lot of their stuff tends to be more PC oriented, but hopefully, I'm hoping that won't be the case for all of these. I really love the look of this game, but it didn't say anything about coming to consoles. But this is just cute. I love cats. I want a cat farming adventure. This is very charming. Cute, cute. Oh, this is a Switch game. Alright. And here's a Pokemon Snap game if you weren't into Pokemon at all. Brilliant. Brilliant. Just do your own thing with a really great idea. And the creatures even talk to you. And then there's mini games that you get to do with your new animal friends. And you even get to dress them up. What a cool idea. Just sometimes just taking something that another company's done and finding your own way to spin on it is awesome. Oh, we just saw it behind the frame. There's a little bit more on it. I'm kind of into this game. If I remember right, this is coming to Switch. Now, this one they didn't say if it was coming to Switch. I really love the artwork. I wanted to come to Switch. I think that was basically what I felt about this one. It's Skatebird. So right now they're talking about finding ways to simplify the skate controls. So a lot of accessibility options. Which is great. More games need to be thinking about that. Okay, I remember this game last Wholesome Direct, and I was kind of digging it. The art style is very well done. It's adorable. But I also just kind of like the idea of being on a island resort type of thing and just jamming around with stuff. So yeah, I think that's cute. More cats! Quit trying to deliberately market to me. This game is charming. It's got some realistic textures. Hopeless Atlas. That's a really amazing looking game. Very impressed with that one. Alright, I feel like I've seen this one before. Yeah, I have. Like you play as a teenage animal and you spend time with your friends in the arcade. It's cute. I remember this. Give them a little bit more of an idea of what this game's actually about. I like it. It's even coming to Switch. Yay! Okay, so this is a lot like Lost Words, but maybe might execute it a little bit better. I don't mean to be mean to Lost Words, because it was a charming game, just was really lacking in execution in areas that I really would have liked it to land. But that one looks like it might be a better execution of that concept of using the journal part, which was the strongest part of Lost Words. This is very pretty. So this is another Pokemon Snap inspired game, but with much more movement options. So it looks like you've got like some Zelda stuff going on with being able to climb and explore, but the goal of the game is to photograph. This is pretty rad. This is pretty rad. I'm glad to see some indie devs getting some inspiration from this. Nice. It's on everything. I'll have to take a look at that. Okay, I remember this game. It's actually nice to get a little bit more of what it's about beyond the band piece. I'm glad to see a little bit more on what that actually is about. I'm more interested in that game now. Oh, this game. This game. I am so hyped for this game. I'm so glad that it's here. I think that, unfortunately for Lost Words, and I hate to keep bringing it up, but I just keep seeing games that remind me of it. I think it just had to be one of those games that kind of introduced the idea, and then other developers have stepped in to just kind of take those concepts and do something more with them. Because I love the way this game looks so much. Thank goodness it's on Switch. Your Lizard. I'm glad to see some games that are giving me the perspective of something other than a human. I am kind of all for this puzzle game where you're a lizard. Or this action-adventure game. With a lot of platforming. Yeah. Let's be an adorable lizard in a really beautiful cel-shaded world solving puzzles. Kinda dig it. The Gecko Gods. That's a fascinating looking game. Yeah, I have to say, I have been just genuinely impressed with a lot of what has been shown at both of these. This game looks cool. You can't hear the music on this, but the music is a banger. It's really good. This game has caught my interest. Yay! Bring all the things to Switch. You know, that's really the great thing about Wholesome Direct, is that just about everything is charming. Now, this game's got a visual design. I wonder if this is stop motion. Apparently when I paint very boringly. Interesting. Interesting art style in that one. Oh, good. I get to see more of this intriguing little game. So you learn about someone's life over a series of moves, it says. Yeah, this game is interesting because it's pretty flexible, it looks like, in how you get to design the rooms. This reminds me of A Short Hike. A little bit, visually. Musically, too, actually. So there's a fair amount of puzzle solving to get around. Wonder if you get out of that boat or if you're always in it. Cloud jumper. That's charming. Alright, we're getting near the end. But once again, mad props to the Wholesome Direct folks for, Wholesome Games, I should say, for just making these. They're so crucial because there's a lot of games I would not have even had any idea about that are kind of in my wheelhouse that these spotlight, and it's really nice. We need more focus on these types of games. A lot of them tend to come from women, tend to come from LGBTQ plus developers and minorities. We really just need to do more for those communities and get their games out into the world at large. And I just give mad props to the Wholesome Games for doing that. This game's got a cool style. Now, this is reminding me of there's a Limited Editions Club book of Russian fairy tales. The illustrations in that book remind me very much of what the graphic design of this game is going for. Definitely interested in learning more about that game. Oh, I like the art style of this game a lot. This is finding like a really nice compromise of pixel art in terms of the complexity of the pixels. I really like this one visually. If this is coming to Switch, I'll definitely look into it. Wow, there's a lot of frog games. Well, the animation on this is great. That's adorable. It's a Zelda-like frog game. Ooh, this game's got a strong style to it. Wow. That's gorgeous. That's a gorgeous game there. Oh, neat. Changing the perspective. Neat idea. Wow, I like the visual design of this game too. A lot. Wow. That is another gorgeous game. I kind of wish it wasn't a rapid fire thing at the end. I remember this game. I think it was at the last Wholesome Direct. Where you're a family and you cook and you kind of go through the motions of being a family in a new country, if I remember right. This game's got a really sharp visual style and it's kind of Paper Mario looking. This is pretty. Looks like you looking for stuff. This looks like a puzzle game. Revolving around fossils. There's some really nice stuff just like thrown into this segment here at the end. I wish there was more focus on. Oh well. Yeah, this is that example of it's too far out. And this looks like a I made some. I guess it's a puzzle game of sorts. It's got a really strong color palette. Ooh, I like this art style. I like this art style a lot. Looks like it's card-based RPG. Interesting. This is cute. Some really strong visual styles happening today. Looks like that's a game about trying to get to your partner. Another card-based game. It's got hugs. So I'm just kind of glancing to see if anything looks like it could be from Domata. I don't think so, from what I can see from here. But I think what we'll do, since we're already here, and I'm just going to look at the trailers that I am not familiar with. I don't care about Shadow Warrior 3, so I'm not going to watch that. But I'll go ahead and watch all the other ones. Okay, so this is Demon Throttle. And this is a physical-only game. Super Rare's also doing that. And I don't really know if it's a practice that I'm a fan of. But this is a very retro-styled game. It kind of reminds me of King's Knight, oddly enough. It's got some Blaster Master vibes. I don't remember who's developing this. It looks very good. I wonder if it actually does have that filter, that old school TV filter. Oh, it's Doinksoft. So Doinksoft, they did Gato Roboto. And I really like Gato Roboto. So if you're interested in that, you're going to have to get it through Special Reserve Games, who I have worked with. They were really cool with the Gris stuff. Alright, this is called Inscription. Inky Black card-based Odyssey. So Devolver has some interesting stuff. I have played Gris, which if I've raved enough about on this video series that I do, as well as on my blog. Gato Roboto I've also played, and I enjoyed that quite a bit. I know there's at least one other Devolver game that I have that I really liked. But this kind of looks like it's a interesting hybrid of like card-based stuff and like first-person horror. So that's pretty neat. And you know, my filming it via camera is making it even creepier looking than it was when I watched it. So that's a neat looking game. Don't know what is coming out on. Alright, next up is Death's Door. Which I saw a little bit of. But I kind of got like isometric action-adventure RPG vibes from this game. And that's pretty much what it's looking like. Very smooth. Like, you are very fluid. And it looks like it's got a bit of a sense of humor. Strong visual style. Interesting characters. And it looks like you can send your spirit out to do stuff and recruit things. You got a hook shot. Yeah, this game looks pretty rad. Not gonna lie. And it's doing some neat stuff with like the mechanics too. Pretty cool looking game here. Unfortunately, that's not coming out on anything I have, but looks neat. Now, this is Wizard with a Gun. Well, visually, this is striking already. The animation on this is very, very nice. Unfortunately, it doesn't really show what the game itself looks like. But am I not? Oh, okay, we're not done. Well, the good news is that it looks like the animation, more or less. But it's a multiplayer-focused game, so that probably isn't going to do much for me, but it's got a strong visual hook, and you can't hear the song, which is probably a good thing. But it's coming to Switch, so that's great news. It looks amazing. Alright. Phantom Abyss is next. I don't know anything about this. But it's an asynchronous multiplayer experience. Interesting. So you get to see what other people did. So it's kind of taking that Dark Souls spirit concept into a different direction. But you gotta get through this labyrinth of traps. Learning from the mistakes of people from the past. That's pretty neat. Get the treasure, and you gotta slide and not get crushed by stuff or fall down a pit or get squished. So yeah, this is kind of like Indiana Jones ramped up to like the nth degree. Cool idea. What a cool idea for a game. Like I said, Devolver backed some really interesting stuff. Alright, well, we've got one more left. And it's Trek to Yomi. Oh, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful game. This is using black and white so effectively. Oh, wow. What a strong looking game. Impressed. I'm very impressed by that one. Not coming to anything that I can play, but I didn't expect it to looking like that. I gotta say, you'll hear it throughout all of the content that came beforehand, but that was a lot of good material. A lot of good stuff happened today. Guerilla Collective had the format. Wholesome Direct had the format, but not quite as well. Their host bit seemed awkwardly placed at times, but anyway. And then I didn't watch all of Devolver's thing, but we watched all the games they showed. And all of their stuff looks solid. So I'm gonna give today a B+. Because I was hardly disappointed by anything that was shown. The only reason I'm not giving it like a full-on A is that there was some stuff that I thought was really, really rad, that I'm really hype about. There wasn't something that just made me go, oh my goodness, and leap out of my chair and just go, woo, you know. There was a couple that got really close. Fire Gal looks awesome. I don't know why that particular game just really struck a chord. It was like the second thing they showed in the Guerilla Collective. But that game was like, ooh. I just thought that was so cool. Unfortunately, I can't remember everything. There was a lot thrown out. I just remember Fire Gal because it was so early. And we ended on Trek to Yomi, which also was like one of the sharpest looking games I think we saw the whole time. But there was a lot of games with great visual design. You couldn't hear it, but great audio, music, voiceover work. Some writing was solid. Really strong gameplay ideas, evolving concepts and merging stuff together. Just generally speaking, just a wonderful day. Just there wasn't anything that just like I said, just made me stand up and lose control and start cussing a lot. Which I don't know, you know, because this is mostly indie stuff. I think if Nomada Studio had something today, that would have probably been it. Or if we saw more on Extremely OK's next game, which is not in my head right now. But yeah, this was a great day. I loved seeing all this stuff. There's a lot of stuff I'm really interested in. So I hope that you actually tuned in and instead of watching Ubisoft trot out the same tired stuff that they always do. I wonder if they actually did Beyond Good and Evil 2 today. Tomorrow, Xbox and Bethesda are starting their stuff at 10. I'm going to be doing yoga, so I won't be paying any attention to that until after Square Enix Presents, probably, because that's at 12:15, and I expect to be home at that point. WB Games will be doing something at 2. I don't know if I'll tune into that, because honestly, I don't really have a whole lot to be excited about there. Beyond the rumored DC v Marvel game, which just seeing that would blow my mind. So that might just be worth watching. It's only half an hour, so. And then there's the PC Gaming Show and the Future Game Show, and I've had enough of personalities to last me my life. So I am not going to watch that. IGN ruined the internet for me. So that'll be the plan for tomorrow, is Xbox and Bethesda, Square Enix, and maybe WB, depending on my mood. So I hope you will check in, see what I think on all that stuff. Won't be probably going up until the evening, given that WB's at 2. It'll take a while to edit. So, thank you for tuning in today, and I hope you enjoyed all the indie stuff. It was wonderful. What a wonderful day for indie games. And we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.